guys, this is Shannon the Cannon Ritch, 8-time MMA World Champion, and you're watching Combat Insiders with Shannon the Cannon.
Welcome back, Combat Insiders here. Joshua Furs, Nick Botella, as always. We got a special guest for, he's going to be on the Bare Knuckle 4 card, Shannon the Cannon Ritch. Shannon, what's up, man?
Hey, not much, guys. What's going on?
Not a whole lot, man. So, to get right into it, it's the elephant in the room. Everybody's asking about it. Everybody saw it. So, let's just get it out of the way. What was the deal with Bobby Gunn coming out to your gym, accepting a challenge? I mean, we don't know the details, but we all saw the video. So, get it out there so everybody knows, and then we will move on.
Okay, look, man, I've been trying to fight Bobby Gunn for over 2.5 years. David Feldman with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship has been trying to make that happen. We were going to do it one time in Florida. We were going to do it at a casino. The fight fell through. They couldn't get it sanctioned. So, I mean, for years they've been trying to get this organization sanctioned. Bobby Gunn is the champion. He's the 72-0 heavyweight champ. Hey, I want to fight the guy. I truly want to beat his face in. I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is, and I'd like to show that and prove that to the world. So I've made the challenge. He knows it. We actually had a bunch of money set aside, $100,000. We had, myself and some other guys, we had a pay-per-view company. We sent him the contract. He did not want to sign the contract. He did not want to fight. When it came push to shove, he did not want to fight. So, time goes on. David Feldman gets Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship sanctioned. So now it's rocking and rolling. It's good to go. USA versus Mexico. Listen to that. USA versus Mexico. So I have an opponent. I'm fighting a Mexican guy who's a boxer, kickboxer. That's it. All of a sudden, Bobby Gunn wants to get on the card. Bobby Gunn wants to try to steal some limelight, and he comes to my gym unannounced and says, "Hey, man, I want to fight you." Well, just because you want to fight me doesn't mean we're going to fight. I mean, I want to fight you too, but it's up to the promoter, not up to me, the Gunn. It's up to the promoter who's going to pay the purse. Obviously, I'm not going to fight Bobby for free. I think that's going to be something that the world wants to see. I want to see it. I know I got some fans. I'm not going to fight him for free. Bobby Gunn is always saying, "I'll fight anybody for $50,000. Come on, bro, $50,000. I asked for way less than that. Promoter did ask me, "Hey, do you want to fight Bobby Gunn?" I said, "Of course I want to fight Bobby Gunn, but I thought you said this was USA versus Mexico." I did. He says, "Well, how much would you take to fight Bobby Gunn?" I gave him a price. He goes, "Yeah, man, I can't pay that on this card." He said, "Let's hold off and we'll do that one later." I said, "Cool, man. Let me go fight. I'll fight in Mexico. I'll kick this guy's ass." And Bobby Gunn versus Shannon the Cannon could happen in maybe Philadelphia or New York or wherever it is going to be, because obviously it's getting sanctioned now. So the fight will happen. It's just not going to happen in Cancun. So Bobby Gunn made this crazy video, put it out on social media, trying to challenge me. I literally say, I mean, it was kind of rude that he came to my gym, but he's a man. He came. He said, for some reason he's out in Arizona. He came to my gym face to face, and he said, "Hey, I want to fight you." I said, "Well, I want to fight you too." But again, it's not up to me. It's not up to him. It's up to the promoter. I mean, I can challenge anybody. I could literally say, "Hey, I want to fight John Jones in the UFC."
Right.
Go to John Jones and tell John Jones, "Hey, man, me and you are going to fight in the UFC."
Yeah.
You call Dana White, make it happen.
Yeah.
He literally told me, "Call David Feldman and make it happen." Dude, you're the champion. You tell him who you want to fit me. It's crazy. But anyway, that's the Bobby Gunn story in a nutshell.
All right. So after the nutshell, what we do know is that at some point this will happen. Everybody will get to see it. And now we can move forward with the fight you have scheduled coming up in Cancun, February 2nd. Omar Molina. Like you said, I looked him up. Boxer, kickboxer. Do you feel, I mean, you've done it all. Let's just say what it is. 130 MMA fights, almost 30 bare knuckle fights. Do you feel like he has any type of advantage because he's strictly boxing? Or
I'm not saying it's going to be an easy fight, because obviously this guy is from Mexico and he's been fighting his whole life boxing.
Right.
I'm the ultimate athlete. I do jiu-jitsu. I do A1. which is the highest level of kickboxing. I fought in Pride, which is the highest level of MMA fighting. I do it all. I'm the ultimate athlete. I think I'm going to go in and use my skills. I've been fighting bare knuckle, and I'm good at it. To me, I'm better at bare knuckle than I was for MMA when they started using gloves. I mean, when we first were starting, bare knuckle, no rules, no rounds, no weight classes, that's when I was on my tear, man. I was 32-2 at one time. So that's where I feel I'm the best. So, I'm just going to put it on the line, go out there, fight as hard as I can, and say, hey, Shannon and Ritch, I'll go. Shannon and Ritch is, whatever. Hey, look, I come to fight. I'm either going to knock you out, you're going to knock me out, and I'm going to give the fans an exciting fight. They want to see guys that go out and get knocked out and make it an exciting fight. Nobody wants to see a decision and just go, that was such and such a fight. When they watch me fight, see why they call me the cannon, because I'm coming, I'm going to bring it. For as long as the fight's going to last, I'm going to bring it. And
you're bare knuckle. You fought overseas. You're 25-3, 25 knockouts. So what we do know is that you're that, like you said, somebody's got to go. This is not going to decision.
It won't go to a decision, I guarantee you, because I'm either going to knock him out or he's going to knock me out. But somebody's getting knocked out.
What's crazy is he's comfortable with it. Like, hey, got to be somebody.
That's all right. Hey, man, if I could just add, if my 2 cents, if I could, just on the, I don't want to beat it with a dead horse kind of thing, but with the Bobby Gunn thing, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Maybe that it's even held off just a little bit longer, because I think it builds more anticipation for people, because there was the video, and like you said, you guys had all that build up from a few years ago with, the $100,000 thing, and there was all that anticipation, and now with this, we got a little bit more of a taste, with the videos that you two guys had put up in the confrontation. So I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing, because anticipation builds up, the want and the need to see it, and I think that only equals, in a business sense, more dollars and cents for you guys, So, but I really dug into your history, Shannon, and I am super intrigued, and I ask a lot of people this, but I'm super interested to hear what really got you into the business, because like you said, you've done it all. You've done everything, right? To list your career and your record and, all your accomplishments would be probably half the show. But I guess if you could just maybe give us a brief overview, man, what got you into the sport of, punching people?
I literally was the smallest kid in school growing up, man. And I was really by everybody, so bullying, I had to deal with bullying. I mean, there was a time in my life where, I wanted to commit suicide. It got to the point where kids would beat me up every day. It was bad. So finally, man, I started taking martial arts when I was 10. Then that turned into kickboxing, which turned into jiu-jitsu, which was at that time no holds. Fighting, it's just being a fighter. And what I learned was I always wanted to test myself. I wanted to really put it to the test of, hey, what I'm learning in karate or what I'm learning in jiu-jitsu or what I'm learning in kickboxing, does it really work? I mean, this instructor's telling me this is the technique that really works. So does it work? So I would go out and I would test it. I would just go out and, that's what I'm doing now. I'm still testing myself. I'm 48 years old. I don't look 48. I look younger. But, hey, look, man, I'm testing myself. It's not me versus another man. It's me versus myself.
Right.
I'm testing myself. And, if I can, give anybody some advice, it would just be that, hey, man, go out, train hard, and test yourself. It's all about testing yourself. And I always want to put it on the line.
It's kind of crazy because you have, the bully thing, you have all the qualities of a role model. Something kids with, and I know you teach kids jiu-jitsu. The wild part is this. You've done it all. I see a rack full of belts behind you. You own your own school. The school's a success. What inside you is just like, I just want to keep fighting? Because you could just stop and you'd be good.
Sure. I mean, it's just not over, man. I still got that fire inside me that I still want to prove to myself, prove to my wife, prove to my students that, I tell my kids to go out and compete. So I don't want to tell them to do something that I won't do. I still want to compete. And I got that burning fire in there. So I want to fight, and I want to keep going as long as the fans and the promoters want to call me. I'm here to put on a show.
Do you feel like something I want to word this the right way. Do you feel like something that's maybe lost in this, maybe a younger generation of fighters is that, don't get me wrong, it's a business and everybody wants to make money. I'm not talking about that, but the sense of, it seems like a lot of these guys now, all the conditions have to be perfect. It's almost like people just don't want to fight just to fight anymore, and they've lost that.
You can totally say it. This millennial age are a bunch of pussies. I mean, you got to go out. And I mean, fighting, seriously, if you're going to be a fighter, you don't want to be a
Right.
millennial. You don't want to be, expect everything given to you. If you're a fighter, you got to go out and fight for it. You fight for what you want. You got to fight for what you get. And you can't be a pussy. Come on. There's the kids nowadays, we got to say it, dude. They don't want to, a guy's 2 pounds overweight, they don't want to fight. They refuse to fight.
Yeah.
They want to know, they want to know 6 months in advance they fight. Dude, I would take fight until notice. I took a fight one time, so I have no idea what they're like. Well, I won't fight this guy 2 pounds overweight. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, just to kind of add to that, didn't you take this fight recently and you signed the line before you had an opponent, to the best of my knowledge?
Yeah, I did.
You just said, oh, what? The fight's in like a month? Cool. Sign the dotted line. Tell me who I'm fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I told Dave Feldman that I've been wanting to fight. I said, hey, just get me on the card. I'll fight anybody you got. So they found the guy for me, and I'm ready to go. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'll fight anybody. And I think in my career I've proved that. I fought literally the who's who of MMA, if you want to get into MMA. Did I always pick the right fight? Absolutely not, man. I took fights that I knew going in, I was probably going to get my ass kicked. But you know what? I stepped up and I told the line, and I went out there and gave it my best shot. Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost. And, again, it was testing myself.
You already kind of touched on it, but what do you prefer? I mean, do you prefer the boxing, the stand-up game? Do you prefer the jiu-jitsu game, the ground game? Do you prefer the all-around MMA game?
Let's just put it this way. I'll do whatever. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm 2017 world champion, gi and no gi. So if it goes to the ground, great. I'm good with that. Kickboxing, I fought in Thailand, I fought in Burma, Team USA, fought in Myanmar, which was called Leatherweight, bare knuckle boxing, stand-up, Muay Thai kickboxing, bare knuckle. I was one of the only Americans ever go there and fight. Look, to me, bare knuckle is the most truest form of fighting, and man versus man, test yourself with just your hands. So that is my true love. So this is where I'm the best at. So I hope that can explain it.
Yeah, Nick brought up your gym. Give a shout out, man. Cannon BJJ. Give a shout out to your gym, man.
CannonBJJ.net. Look me up if you're ever in Arizona. If you guys are in Phoenix, Arizona, and want to get into some grappling, CannonBJJ.net. My doors are open to anybody. Just come on in and train.
I'm going to come grapple you for one of them belts, but you got to use only one hand, the right hand and the left foot. Everything else got to be tied off.
Awesome.
And I still might lose.
Probably.
So also, I know that recently, soon as your fight came out, man, immediate sponsor. People were ready to get on board. If you want to shout him out too, because I know him, he's a good dude. Just kind of give him and his brand a shout out, because they're putting the fight kit together for you and stuff.
Yeah, I think, what is it, Chaos? There's Chaos Fight Gear.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Perry, he jumped on board right away. He found out that I'm fighting. Actually, you were the one that contacted me and said, hey, Nick said, hey, Brandon said he'll fight, sponsor you. So he's going to get me with a fight kit. And what I told him was he could come out and corner me. So he wants to come out. I'm going to let him be in my corner and, give him that opportunity to be ringside.
So I guess the last question, Shannon, is, I mean, I know you love fighting, but what is the end goal for when if the day comes that you're like, I'm not going to compete anymore? I know you have, I follow you on social media. You have like kids that are already claiming titles. You have teenagers claiming titles. So what is the end game for you?
The end game for me is to keep fighting until either my body or the fans and promotion just says, hey, guys, you've had enough. But right now, I feel like I'm still in my prime, that I can keep fighting at least a couple more years. I'm 48 years old. I'd like to be one of the oldest active fighters on the planet. So, if I'm 50 years old and still fighting, I think I can still do that. But again, if I go out and I just get my ass kicked and it's just, hey man, you look like you look like Chuck Liddell in his last fight, then yeah, probably I'd have to hang it up.
It's kind of wild though, because literally you train every day. You might not be in a training camp, but you train every day. You teach the classes.
Yeah, not only that, I'm doing strength and conditioning at Fitness One. It's a gym down the street. They're one of my sponsors. So I'm on the gym. So I'm on the mat every day, grappling, jiu-jitsu, stand up. We do kickboxing, boxing. We do it all. So it's not like I stop and I need I'm always in camp. I'm always ready to go. I'll take a fight on a moment's notice because I'm always ready.
For people that don't know, man, tell people who are fans and such where they can get in touch with you on social media.
Or look at Shannon Ritch MMA for Facebook, Shannon MMA on Twitter. I also have Instagram again, Shannon Ritch MMA, and BJJ.net. You guys can find me there. Just Google me. I'm everywhere. What's really cool, which you guys probably don't know, is that I got HBO doing a Lifetime documentary.
Wow.
They're actually planning on coming out to the fight in Cancun, and
awesome.
They're going to wrap up my documentary then. The clip that they sent me was just, man, it was really amazing. They've got footage of me that I didn't even know existed. They somehow found this footage.
Wow.
It looks like we're going to have Frank Shamrock as the narrator. So Frank Shamrock will be narrating the Shannon the Cannon documentary.
You fought him, though, haven't you, in the past?
I did fight. I actually fought Frank Shamrock in K1. I had a broken arm, took the cast off, and I fought him left-handed. So, yeah.
I was just about to ask, because I was telling Nick, I just watched that clip, man, because it looked like when he kicked you, it was weird because, you put your hand up, and it didn't quite, when I first saw the clip, I'm like, what exactly happened? But
yeah, he kicked, and it literally just went like that. It broke right here.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It was on 2 weeks prior to that, I was choking this guy in London named Mark Weir, fighting UFC. I squeezed so hard that his chin was on my forearm, and I fractured my own wrist by squeezing. So yeah, it was.
But crazy. The fight must go on.
Oh my God!
Cut this cast off, bro. I'm ready to throw down.
Well, guys, go check him out.
Story.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The story.
I was going to say that's a funny story because I just get back from this, and then I get a phone call. Hey, you want to fight in K1? I said, oh, absolutely. I mean, that's my dream. I want to fight in K1. And he goes, I said, who's the opponent? He said, Frank Shamrock. And at the time, Frank was 5-0, undefeated UFC, and no one in the world wanted to fight him. And I go, how much are you going to pay me? And he gave me some stupid numbers. I go, absolutely, I'll be there. And I went home and cut the cast off.
Wow.
Funny,
hey, man, when they're finishing up your documentary, if you want to hug it out, bro, we'll be happy to get in that final picture, man. No, I'm kidding. But I am excited to see it.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, since you guys are going to be there, obviously, if you're doing some interviews and stuff, they'll be there filming it. So I'm sure you guys can get in it for sure.
Honestly, that's awesome.
We'd love to talk to you down there, too.
That's awesome, man. Well, look, everybody, please check this guy out. Shannon the Cannon Ritch is going to be fighting at Bare Knuckle FC number 4. It's going to be in beautiful Cancun, Mexico. I can't wait to get there. And, it's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be live on pay-per-view. It's going to be fighting Omar Molina. Please check it out. If you can't be there live, go on pay-per-view. Go to bareknuckle.tv. Order it. Check it out. Shannon, we thank you so much for your time, sir. It was an absolute pleasure. You're a legend among combat sports, man. You've had, it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And
appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely, man. For Nick Portella, for Josh Furs, that's the Cannon, and we're Combat Insiders, and we're out.